right.
That was better.
All right. Funky music time. Roll the intro.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Like Cast of Pods. Returning again as your usual three hosts is me, Diego, Waleed, and Luis. Introduce yourselves, boys.
Dog.
Yes.
Alright, there's always been a delay there.
I love how Diego is just like, introduce yourselves, and Luis just has to dog.
And
Yes.
today we have a new guest. We always have new guests all the time. Well, at least for the first few episodes, we might have a recurring guest. That would be nice too. But we have a new guest today, and we have our friend Julia from university. So, welcome, Julia.
Hey.
Welcome. Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
University of Nondescript Name. Yes.
Yes. Also goes to university as all of us do.
Yes.
I'm gonna bleep that out.
Why not?
Why would you disclose such information? That's very personal.
Wow, it's like we're four people.
Yeah, it's just like, what if someone sees this and wants to kill Julia?
Oh God.
Well,
I'm gonna make this hard for
Luis.
Luis.
There's several Julias who go to. There's two Julias in VGA.
No, the
Okay,
other one
thank
is
you for
gone.
disclosing that, Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can just cut that off entire thing then.
Yeah, I'll also
What are you,
cut
the
that
new
out.
Spider-Man?
University. We go to university.
You suck, Waleed. You suck so hard.
No, Waleed's about to give out the fucking address, the PO box.
Please
No,
don't
Oh
give.
God.
Honk place. Honk
No!
university.
No, stop.
It was
Please
founded
don't.
in 18. Alright,
Okay.
so we have Julia on today as our new guest, and she has some stuff that she'd like to discuss about. Isn't that right?
Yes, that is right.
Yes.
Alright, so start talking
So-
we can
Start
discuss
talking.
So, but wait, we need to first disclose how this happened. So I was editing your audio for the third day in a row, and it was about 2 a.m. when I saw that Julia was on the Discord, just for no reason, in absolute silence, just listening to something else. And the first thing I say is, "Why do you dislike sleep?" And she's like, "Lol." And then we got to talking. Then we got to talking about Doom for some reason. And then I'm like, "You should come on the podcast to talk about Doom because why not? You don't have anything to do. Your life is not important. My life is the center of all of you." So
Thanks.
after that, she said like, "Yeah, sure." And then we talked about lore for a minute, and now she's gonna repeat everything she talked about with
Oh,
me
God.
because that was like 45 minutes of Doom lore.
Okay,
I'm also looking
so
at a cloud. I'm looking at
disclosure.
a cloud right now, and it looks like a 90-degree angle triangle. A right.
What are you
a right
saying?
triangle.
No,
I'm
Diego,
looking at
shut
a
up.
cloud
Shut
outside
up.
my window right now.
Shut up.
and it looks
Diego,
like a
Diego,
right
shut
triangle.
up.
He's finding
I hate
geometry
you.
class.
Diego,
I hate you.
You make my life so hard because sometimes I use regular conversation to like sync the audio or make a funny joke, but a lot of times I just have your individual file and I just look at it and I could swear to the mighty Jeebus that you're talking to someone else. But then I remember you're talking to me.
I'm saying random stuff because you guys have yet to talk about Doom, man.
Okay,
But we're
yeah.
taking
So
way- we can talk
Shut
about
up.
Because
other
it
stuff
caught
first.
my attention outside.
everyone, shut the fuck up.
Hey, Waleed,
Okay,
no one
no.
cares.
No, I just
God,
want to
you're
say
loud.
to whoever in the fuck is listening to this, spoiler alert, because lore.
Oh yeah,
Oh, wait,
big
okay.
spoiler alert flash.
Okay.
I'm out.
Hold on.
No.
Little. Could I have a little background of like why I like Doom?
Sure.
It's because of Waleed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
He introduced me to Doom like a while ago, but I didn't really get into it until like quarantine started. And then I finished up my playthrough of Doom 2016, which led me to Doom Eternal, which I bought sort of recently, and I finished the campaign.
So are you telling me that until quarantine you didn't talk about Doom to 3 a.m. with a drunken editor for 45 minutes in a self monologue?
Are you guys done talking
Yeah.
about lore now?
All right.
Diego,
All
I
right.
fucking hate you.
I threw my headphones on the side, and I went to pick something up off the floor I dropped. and all I hear is
Everyone, our best host, Diego.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? I'm also a host of another podcast, but I won't advertise that here.
Yeah, but you still want to do the Hunger Games battle for the house?
I mean,
what-
you called it that.
All right, I'll work something out for that. But let's talk about Dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
Doop,
Yeah,
Let's
who's
talk about Dude.
Dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
Dude Eternal.
Dude, man.
Doop.
Dude,
So, Julia, you said that you
Dude
like
Eternal.
Doom because you've been trapped in quarantine, and because Wally introduced you. But what really got you hooked on it? Because you don't just get addicted to drug playing when your friend says, "Hey, do this drug," and I'm like, "No thanks, bro. I don't do drugs."
Don't
And then
do
you're like,
drugs.
"Well, maybe a little drug." It's
A
like
little
you had to get some interest from it. Like, what attracted you to Doom?
Well, honestly, it's because of Doom Eternal. Like Doom 2016, I had to like take breaks and then go back into the campaign and then take more breaks. But like, I really got into it because of Doom Eternal, and I got Doom Eternal on sale on Steam. It was like 44 bucks instead of like the usual 60.
Wait, it's
At
already going
sale?
on sale? It's already going on sale? Been out for 2 months.
No, it was on sale at some point, so I got it
Yeah.
for like 44 bucks. Yeah, well,
After
yes.
1 month of release, it went on sale. Get fucked, Diego.
I didn't know that. Oh,
Probably because of
geez.
quarantine.
Well, it's on Steam. I don't know if you have a gaming
I have Steam.
PC,
Okay.
a gaming PC that could run Doom.
Oh, I don't have
Yeah.
a gaming
Yeah.
PC.
Running on my RTX 2060.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Over
that's
60
10 times better
frames.
than mine.
But okay, so what made now I as someone who's a huge fan of Doom, I could tell Doom Eternal was different, much different than Doom 2016. But what were the things that made you just like, whoa, I need to buy this? Like if you watched some gameplay on YouTube or trailers.
I watched a lot of gameplay and a lot of things on
Who'd you
YouTube.
primarily watch?
Well, I got into this guy named Midnight, and he went into like lore, like Doom lore, and I got really interested. And he showed gameplay of Doom Eternal, and he like somehow, in a way, that just convinced me like I need to have this game in my life. Especially since there's more story in Doom Eternal compared to Doom 2016. Like, it's just like
Yeah.
there's something to follow rather than, oh, you're a super powered Marine and you rip and tear demons. And like, sure, I love that. I love that. But just having something to follow, something physically there, like, oh, what is this? This connects to this type of thing. It stimulates my brain, and I love things all philosophical, all just it stimulates like my curiosity in these type of things. I just like I got so curious to a point where I bought the game and I started playing it, and I was just like, holy shit, the gameplay is a bit different than Doom 2016.
So
Because like
this is what, sorry to interrupt, but this is what prompted me to want to talk to you, and probably Wally, but because the only Doom games that I played were the original Doom and Doom 2, The Return of the Dude, and
I think everyone's played the original Doom, actually.
yeah, it's fucking fantastic. But and then I follow what the developer said, in which they say we don't really care about the story. It's just all about the gameplay. And while Doom made their setting, which attributed to lore, the lore was never specific, and for the most part, never very consistent. And we will get into why Doom Eternal kind of suffers from that. Mm-hmm. But it was such a strange switch in philosophy that they went for a more lore and story-driven game than they originally did. And I think the reason they did that is because of people like Julia.
yeah.
No, as someone who followed the game for a good like 4 years, I was shocked to see cutscenes.
Yeah.
That usually wasn't the thing.
That's not what the Dude guy does.
And as you mentioned about the original developers, John Carmack, one of the lead people in id Software, he left now. He's more into VR stuff now. But everyone like knows this quote by who's a Doom fan, and it's Story in video games is like story in porn. No, it's there, but no one cares about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I.
But now people care about it, and
But
I'm
now
like, what?
you just see it. I mean, I don't know. So, a lot of the lore stuff in Doom is written in the codexes, which are like written monologues that you find scattered around the levels, and a lot of people, including me, don't read those monologues or the codexes. We just like I waited a week after the game came out just so I can like watch lore videos. I make other people read them instead of me.
Okay,
Yeah.
Please.
so like for these type of games, like when it went into like when Doom Eternal went more into like story based sort of like it kind of appealed to my fan base, like because originally I'm still a big fan of these type of games, but I'm like into like open world, like story based games like Fallout, Skyrim, semi open worlds like Monster Hunter. I was even into the Telltale series because of the story, and I was just really into that. For me, like I was just like my perfect game is when the gameplay matches the lore. And the fact that like Doom Eternal has very smooth gameplay, especially on my laptop. Bless my laptop. I just the more I started playing it, the more I started to enjoy it, and the more I started to get obsessed with these type of games. But at the same time, I felt like I kind of veered away from the games I was already into because
What do you mean?
like I I used to be very obsessed with like story stuff, but now I'm just like I like the gameplay. But I
I mean,
still enjoy the lore. No, don't get me wrong. Like the lore of Doom is just crazy, and especially just YouTube videos and Reddit and just everywhere. I just can't get enough of it.
So you're a lore person, you know. Have you always been a lore person, or has this like begun recently?
No, I've always been a lore person. Like within movies, video games, TV shows, just everything. I just love just thinking very deeply about things
Yeah.
as being a natural overthinker.
So like, when you were a kid, I assume you were into FNAF then, and you were like
No.
FNAF.
what do you mean a kid? How old is FNAF?
FNAF was
God.
out when I was in 7th grade.
God,
Oh
that's
I was
my
12.
god. Oh
I
my god.
okay. So
Yeah, and they're like the man, and now they all evolved into like the man behind the slaughter and stuff like that. And
no,
I'm like, how did this happen?
I'd never gone into FNAF myself. I was actually into the games my brother was into, and he's 8 years older than me. So being born like 1992, I was into more of what he was into. Like I was into Morrowind. Because he was into Morrowind, and that's a very old game. That's like early 2000s. And I was also into Oblivion because of one of my neighbors that I used to live next to when I was like, I think when I was like like 6, 8, I lived in Texas. So I got into video games that way. And especially like I think just being a girl in general, it's kind of, I mean, it's becoming more common, but back then it wasn't really that common for girls to be into video games.
You see, I'm kind of glad that you elaborated on that sentence because, like, you know, it's not that common for girls to be around. You know, it's like, yeah, because women have never,
Yeah.
existed in history.
No. I know there's girls like me and women who are into video games, but it's just like it's becoming less of a rarity now, which I'm very glad to see.
What-
But it's just the toxic fan base doesn't really help.
Do you think there's like a stigma against like women in gaming?
Somewhat, especially toward like girls in Rainbow Six
FPS.
Siege, FPS games in general. Yeah, definitely. But it's in a way like I'm in a Discord. Wally's also in this Discord, and there's only guys there, and I'm the only girl. And the moment I said that I'm a girl, they're just like, "Oh, a gamer girl? What's that?"
I mean, that's also just part of the meme.
Yeah, that's part
Yeah.
of the meme.
Like,
But
have you heard of that? A girl who likes FNAF?
yeah,
then
and they
that
called
shit
dibs
post.
on me. They fucking called dibs on me.
Dips.
That's not appropriate.
Yeah.
No, exactly. They called dibs. Like I called Tibbs. Oh, will you show Bob's and Vagana?
Whichever will it be?
Yeah,
Sit the
why
fuck
not
down,
both?
T-Series.
I
God.
honestly am really deep into meme culture, so I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
give a
Also,
fuck.
we don't condone any type of sexism or misogyny or harassment at all.
No.
So
No.
Diego,
just for the viewers knowing that.
what if I edit this so that you say that we do condone it, and I bleep out any negatives that you say?
Speaking of editing,
that's on you because you edited it. So that would mean that you have that viewpoint. So let me say
it's
it
coming from
again
you
once
though.
more. Well, personally, I don't condone it. I don't know what you guys believe in, but me, I do not condone any
You
type of
fucked
harassment
yourself
at all.
over because now he's gonna
You-
remove
you-
the
you
word
said-
don't, and he'll just
Yeah.
put do.
Yeah, that was a very strong do.
Well, do not.
Okay.
I will not.
Speaking of editing,
No, actually, like, don't actually like edit that not out.
speaking of
Alright.
editing, I apologize, Luis.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, okay, so everything was recording as normal, and then for some reason my dad tried to call me, and then it stopped my recording
Oh, yeah.
on my phone. So OBS
When
is still
did it-
recording, thankfully.
Alright.
I'm recording
wait.
again, but
Oh
yeah.
wait, you're on a Mac, right? And it calls on your computer too.
No, I'm on my PC, thankfully. Yeah.
Alright, I'll figure something else. It's the I'll just figure something out.
Okay. That's
Oh,
This is what I tell my
And
parents.
We're going back now to the conversation of gamer girls on the servers on
I mean,
Discord.
I wanted to talk about Doom, but okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Talk about
we'll veer
Doom.
toward Doom. You know, like as a gamer
Doom.
girl, and the fact that I play Doom is kind of interesting. I think because I've been trying to find other girls who play Doom.
I've been trying to find people to play games with in general.
I can play games with you.
Sorry, you play PC games. I don't have a PC that works.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, I can. We can find something.
Scribblio.
you can
Diego has a toaster that he plays on.
you can play genital jousting, available
Yay.
for $7 on
We
Steam.
can play
Wait.
Scribblio.
Yeah, Julia, I don't think. What brings more stigma, playing Doom or playing general jousting on a daily basis?
What's general jousting?
It's a game of,
Don't,
it's a game
No.
about penises.
Don't.
don't.
Damn it, Wally.
No, okay,
Nice.
no, okay. I'll try to find on YouTube the intro, like just the intro, and I want to send that to you.
Alright,
You guys can
no.
keep talking.
I'm not. I'm gonna bleep out the word.
He's gonna just bleep out everything Waleed says from now on. So whenever Waleed
Fuck.
talks, it's gonna be like beep 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 beep
Okay,
beep.
fine. I'll stay away from
You reframe.
dicks. Yeah.
No, it's just
Did you say-
no.
did you
Just
say-
quack it out. Like
It's just whack.
no. Like replace. Like
Replace
I'm
it with
sorry,
Waleed's
Luis.
final
Place-
smash.
Place what Waleed says with quack, and this is what some people do in like editing. They just replace like the F word with quack.
That's
Because
what they.
YouTube counts bleeps as swear words.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
like Epic Mealtime used to do that, but with the rooster.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
that shit.
I remember.
Okay, I'll go find royalty-free duck sound.
Can you use?
You can just make
Can
your
you
own. You
use
can just make your own.
Okay, silence.
On
Silence.
Audacity. On
All of you do one quack.
Right.
Diego. I mean,
Alright,
sorry.
I'll have Waleed, then Julia go, and I'll go, and you can do your own, and I'll be last.
All right.
honk.
All right. Julia. Right.
Wah.
All right. I'm sure it won't be at all painful to find that in the waveform. All right.
It won't. I was quite like.
Yeah. Back to
Doom.
having a vagina and playing games.
Back-
Oh yeah, yeah. having a ping pong. Yeah, that's fun. I honestly like. I wish there were more girls who played Doom or interested in Doom. It's just it's hard. I guess at first maybe it was hard to get into, but like I think Doom Eternal because of how like I guess somewhat challenging it is because well in Doom you have less ammo, so you have to constantly use your chainsaw in the game. And the fact that there's more, I guess, somewhat more platforming. I used to hate platforming, but I honestly like it now. But I think it just makes it a bit more challenging, and I like the challenge.
It's a bit more like overwhelming than like traditional games for like people to get into at least.
Probably. I mean, the heavy metal music doesn't make it easy, but honestly, like having heavy metal music in Doom just fits the whole culture, and I just love it. I don't usually listen to heavy metal either.
Like,
I mean, you read the lore. You read the lore. It makes so much sense to have heavy metal music.
Well, yeah,
But
because hell.
Yeah, but I will say that Doom is not and has never made itself to be the first shooter that you should get, which is funny enough because it was one of the first shooters ever made. But it's the epitome of gamer culture because it insults you if you pick a difficulty that's not hard, and it's extremely convoluted if you pick a regular difficulty just in getting the rhythm of things, because their number one rule in Doom is don't stop moving, and keeping that with managing. Like Doom is very little a shooter game and much more a keep the numbers up game.
Well, yeah.
Keep your ammo high, keep your health high, and move around.
It's like the basics of like what a traditional shooter is. Shoot anything that moves and get to the next level. That's basically it.
Well, yeah, but you're also kind of like micromanaging certain things. And I recently started playing Doom Eternal with keyboard and mouse. And I used to play with controller. Keyboard and mouse is so much easier. Well,
oh shit!
What a gamer upgrade.
Yes, it is a gamer upgrade, and it's just a lot of like you kind of like. There's two different like grenades in the game. There's like the ice bomb, and then there's the regular grenade, and you kind of have to micromanage like switching between each of them depending on the situation.
Every weapon has its own attachments. So depending on the enemy, you need to change attachments.
Yes, because each enemy has a specific weakness. Like, for example, the Kaku Demon, spoiler alert,
it's the first level.
Not the first level.
It's
like later on. It does explain to you later on, though. Like there's like tips.
It's the first level, and it's like the third enemy.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I won't say it then. But like, you just have to like.
She'll probably spoil the ending.
No, okay, then I will stop talking.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go say whatever you want. We did this. We did have a spoiler alert at the beginning. So
yeah, we had a spoiler. I put that in.
Okay. Well, I mean, for the Kako Demon, you can use either the combat shotgun, like the grenade attachment. You can use a grenade, or you can even use like the ballista grenade attachment. I don't know exactly what it's called.
I think it's called a charge shot, but
well, yeah, that too.
It's very fun because you can launch a grenade inside a Cacodemon. For people like Diego who don't know Cacodemon, it's a floating enemy with one eye. Kind of looks like a weird red version of Mike Wazowski with no legs and with no limbs.
No, I'll just like send an image then, so he knows.
So you can just launch a grenade in its mouth and it'll eat it, and then it'll explode, and now you can just kill it with one melee attack instead of, many bullets.
Yeah, but then
did you just say melee?
Yeah, you gotta melee.
Did you just say melee?
No, not Super Smash Melee. That was Tom.
Tom comes out.
Well, they call it glory kills, but it's basically you hit like the melee button.
It does look like Mike Wazowski.
Yeah. It has legs.
It doesn't have legs. It just floats.
It has arms.
Well, yeah.
Look at it.
No, that's
It has-
the pain. That's the pain elemental. That's the one with arms.
It has tendrils.
It has goo things just floating around.
Yeah. So this kind of goes back to how Doom is not the first shooter you should get, because it's the idea that Doom balances itself by scaling. Doom doesn't get more difficult; it gets more convoluted as it goes on, because you have the Cacodemon you kill by making it swallow something, and then you have the big boys in which you need to destroy the armor and then you can shoot them, and then you have the spiders in which you need to destroy the cannon and then you attack the legs and then you can glory kill, and then so there's a certain schematic in your mind that slowly develops, but just keeping all of that intact while micromanaging everything. It's not the thing that attracts new players. Like my first person shooter was Battlefield, because it was super old weapons and it was super simple and it was just shoot the dude, and when you shoot the dude be dead, and when the dude be dead, you not be dead, and then repeat.
Wow, that you just summed up what shooting someone is like.
Yeah, the dude be dead, then repeat.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of agree with you, Luis. Like, especially since Doom Eternal or Doom isn't my first like shooter game.
This ain't
Like-
my first rodeo.
It ain't my first rodeo. I played Battlefield 5 and 1. I and Titanfall 2 and all these other games, but
Destiny.
yes, that's Destiny.
I played
Destiny.
Minecraft Hunger Games.
That's an FPS. It has a crossbow. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, but like, just thinking about it now, I think that like Doom Eternal is definitely like for new players who are just starting to play video games. I don't think Doom Eternal is like the right for them, but like if they want to try it, if they like the challenge, sure, why not? And sure, it's going to be tough at first, but like, it takes time and practice. I mean, I wasn't good at Smash, and I'm still not good at Smash, but I'm going back to it.
You understand the concepts of and the core ideas
Yeah.
to make you better at it, at least. So you're making the attempt to improve yourself. You're learning from your mistakes, and you're like, okay, don't do that. Do this instead.
Yeah, but that's not a drive that people usually have for a hobby. They're like you don't walk up to a hobby and like say, okay, I'm gonna suck at this for a while, and I'm gonna play against other people who have been playing for hundreds of hours, and I'm just gonna have to get good at some point. Getting beat down in video games is not the fun part. Winning in video games is the fun
Yes,
part.
of
yeah.
course,
And
but
people-
understanding that you're not going to be able to win all the
but
time.
People that are not used to gaming usually say that, oh, I just don't want to either. When I first started playing Battlefield, I was so scared of disappointed people in the server, because I the first thing I did was blow myself up, and then I blew my teammate up because I went into a hardcore server, and I just killed my whole squad, which was in a room, because I was like, what's this button do? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave for one hot minute. So
God.
but understanding that, getting beat down is part of the experience, and the fun of the game is slowly improving rather than winning all the time. It's not something that's intuitive to someone who's like, I want to do this hobby for fun. Fuck you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do relate to the whole Battlefield thing. I was like, what does this button do? Oh, this one.
Oh,
this
this
crashes.
explodes everybody.
But yeah,
Is that a missile? Oh, look at that.
I would describe
Missile.
Doom like
You use that
a
to
fighting
kill.
game. I would describe Doom like a fighting game. Even though it's like a single player campaign, the best way to get into it is to practice. So I get it if people like don't want to practice a video game, especially a single player game. Why would you do that? But something about the gameplay just draws you in. So what I did with the difference between 2016 and Eternal is 2016 makes you feel like God.
Really makes you feel like Doom guy.
Yes,
He is
IGN.
God.
I am IGN. But in Doom Eternal, you need to earn that feeling. You need to actually be good at the game. And I'll just, if anyone wants to get into it, play lower difficulties and then work your way up. That's why, as Luis was very shocked to hear, I finished Doom 2016 6 times.
No, no. Well, you're. I'm now surprised. First of all, I finished game 6 times before.
Good. Thank you.
That's not the part that surprised me. The part that surprised me is that you have it on PC, and then you have it on Switch, and then you have it on Xbox. I think
PS4.
on PS4.
You have the same
and
game.
Yes,
on
and then he
different
finished it twice in each one of them, and I'm like, why? We'll move on from that, and thank you for the segue that we can talk about lore. So Julia, as someone who experienced Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, you saw the shift into lore, and I wouldn't say that the codexes are very fun, but I would not say they're the best way to digest any lore whatsoever. Like Wally said, I had people read it for me because I'm not dealing with that. But you read them, and this is why I think Doom Eternal is trying to reach a bigger audience, because the codexes are not usually a good way to display story, but they're a great way to display story in the background. So they're kind of trying to have it both ways, in which, yes, you can be God and become the best dude that's ever dude before,
It's a Pokemon.
or you can, yeah, the very best, like no dude ever was. But you can also just kill stuff. And I wonder, did the codexes affect your understanding of playing the game whatsoever, or did they encourage you to become better at the game, or how did they supplement the actual gameplay? Because this has been the division in Doom for a while. The story doesn't matter; just do gameplay.
I think it's just like because everything is like connected in a way. Because it's like, oh, like I'm at this place where this happened like 1,000 years ago, and I'm just like, it's definitely interesting, especially like learning about how demons are created. The fact there's like this one level, Walid help me.
Necrovault.
Yes, Necroval, where literally they are demons are basically humans, but they've lost all hope, and all that energy is transferred to the con maker, and the reason why, like into Argent energy, which is like the energy that like cures cancer and stuff, and yeah, apparently. But because of this one, there's like con maker is basically like God almost, and there's also like another character called the Father, which is basically the true God, and is supposed to like resurrect con makers every 10,000 years or so. But like the reason why the con maker veered toward Argent energy and toward like just hell energy in general is because the Father went missing, because the Seraphim stole him.
And they need something to stay alive. So they
Yes.
made a deal with hell. Like, hey guys, you know, we hate you, but we need to be alive. You need to be alive. Want to fuck up some human beings?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? And then
And
they
the
made a
thing
deal.
is, the con maker wouldn't have known about Argent energy or hell in general without Doomguy. Because Doomguy actually came into the realm of Urdak, or heaven, in Doom Eternal, and was just like insane. Like one of the cutscenes is just like him, like so much blood must rip and tear, guts, so much guts.
Yeah, Doomguy spoke for the first time ever.
Yeah. well, yeah. I mean, that there's also like a bunch of like theories on why Doomguy doesn't talk now, but I will get into that
Because
later
he's
on.
shy, obviously.
He's a shy boy.
No, it's actually there's this whole thing. I watched a video and it talked about how Doomguy's actually scarred from his past, and due to like this one machine called the Divinity Machine, which made him basically a god.
The Disney machine?
No, the Divinity Machine, like divine
Oh.
machine.
It makes you into
And-
Mickey
Oh,
Mouse.
the Da Vinci Code.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, buddy.
There you go. What they always talk about being
Wow.
completely off topic, hard to track, different conversations.
But I don't remember.
Divinity.
Oh, hey. Divinity Machine.
Yeah,
Infinity.
yeah, like divine, a divine figure.
Yeah.
See, because Doomguy has become a divine figure. See,
Oh,
aha, see, exactly. Made connections.
Yeah. So
oh, Julia, that's the perfect segue to tell me how the lore doesn't connect with itself.
Yes, exactly. How the timeline's fucking messed up.
Yeah.
Can you first explain to me? So we all know that the Doom guy has his Doom Palace now. Is that ever explained?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's called the Fortress of Doom.
Fortress of Doom, excuse
Of
me.
course, it's the game is called Doom. It has to be called Doom somewhere.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought it was called the Doom Treehouse. I'm sorry.
I thought it was
Yes.
called the Bad
It's,
Guys Lair.
Because
as,
the treehouse is in space.
as
Yeah,
Diego
obviously.
said about Disney, it's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse version of Doom.
Yo, see, I told you Disney was in this.
Yeah.
He's always in this.
So
Disney's
Disney's gonna
everywhere.
Alright.
Disney will buy Doom and make it a new attraction at
Disney will
Disneyland.
buy all the video games,
I'm pretty sure Disney will just buy.
the whole Earth.
Disney will copyright us right now just for mentioning their name.
Disney
bet.
will copyright the Earth.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if I make if this video, which it won't, ever makes like $1, Disney's gonna say, "Yo, you said my name. I want a 75% cut, please."
They'll be like, if you do this, the stocks. Think of the stocks.
So, all right. So, explain the Fortress of Doom, because there's a lot of stuff in there, and I strongly don't want to believe that it was all thrown in there without reason or purpose. Explain.
Well, I mean, playing through the like gameplay, if you pay attention to what Vega says, it's actually maker technology. It was placed there. I personally am not sure because of how many plot holes there is about that. But from what I could tell, maybe the con maker actually placed it there at some point, and Doom Guy just took it over and made it his own. Or he took that place because it looks very like castle-esque. He took something from one of like the Night Sentinel settlements and somehow was able to transport that over to overseeing Earth.
Would you not think that would make more sense, considering that every door is locked, and then you have to get stuff to open it?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Then also, there's usually like some story purpose as to why, even if you own the castle, there's a story purpose as to why you're locked out of your own rooms. But it's fairly simple. Like, oh, you finish a level, look under the doormat, and there's the key to the door. And it's that. But in this one, you go out to the real world and you steal cores to open doors. So that's just a disconnection. But
Like Sentinel batteries, as they're called in the game.
But the thing that confuses me is that your stuff is in there, like, and it's stuff that's not like the first Doom Guy armor is in there, and then the Doom Guy armor from 2016, and there's a bunch of lore from the first 3 Doom games. So what it's kind of placing itself at the end of the timeline, but a lot of stuff
and
doesn't make sense as to when it happened.
And
When
that's what the developers say whenever people ask them about that. It's just a video game. It doesn't need
yeah,
to make sense.
it's just a theory.
Well,
I'm just
yeah.
saying
I
it.
mean, in a way, like I kind of agree with the developers. It's like some things you can't exactly explain because it's like that's what video games are. I mean, at least Doom Eternal doesn't have microtransactions. God, those are
Yeah,
just
no,
disgusting.
no. They have. I agree that some stuff it doesn't have to be explained, like the thunder outside my room. But one thing that has to be explained is
used to be fun.
you have to explain natural progression. Like you don't get
It's
anything in particular as an upgrade from at least as far as I know, it's like skins and like whatever as you complete the Sentinel batteries. But it's still progression in the game. You have to tell me something about it.
That's
Like why is this here?
that's like my only gripe, even though it's my favorite game at this point of all time. How like this game is contradicting itself, or like what they're trying to do. The developers, they're like, oh, we're creating this. We're not just creating a Doom story. We're creating a Doom world. We're gonna get a lot into lore, and then it just plays it safe. It has a few cutscenes, but the cutscenes don't say much, so you'll still have to read the codexes, and
Yeah.
a lot of plot holes where it's like, oh, you gotta buy the DLC, and it's just like, fine, I'll just kill demons.
I think there's just like a reason behind that because like they're afraid of like I guess messing it up for people who are like were already like into the series, like the old time fans. Especially for like I think like because of 2016 people were like this is a reboot of Doom. This is like it's a new play style. It's faster. It's just more quick thinking and they're because it was such a hit they're afraid of like changing it up too much.
I mean, changing a game is common. However, you want to keep the same core concept of what the original game was. Because
Yeah.
if you keep changing it too much and put too much implications on it's a new game, then that's what people are going to view it as, a new game, not a new Doom game. It's just going to be a completely different game, and it's not like what the
Thunder,
older
for
fans
fuck's
remember.
sake, dude. Enough.
Yeah,
It transferred to you.
but
I need to like clear the way for it later. It's everywhere.
yeah, but they got actually fun fact. 2016 wasn't gonna be that. It wasn't gonna be a old school throwback. It was gonna be a very modern shooter like Call of Duty, but or like Halo.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
But then
No, like
they just replacing the people with demon-like people, and maybe throw a boss fight here and there. And they showed some clips, and a lot of the Doom community called it Call of Doom. And yeah, but then at one point the developers just like, this doesn't feel like Doom anymore, and they just scrapped the whole thing and just remade it and made it into Doom 2016.
it's actually like the same like gameplay almost. Like I know exactly what you're talking about. We might have watched the same video. Like how it's like it's sort of like the gameplay of like Rage 2, I think. If I
Yeah,
remember
Rage
correctly.
1. It's very slow.
Rage 1, very slow and, methodical. You have to think about what you're doing. And it's definitely like, I definitely like what they did to like scrap it and make it more fast paced because like, it's something refreshing. You don't have to hide behind walls. Like, I played the Mass Effect series. It's like a lot of hiding behind walls and then coming out and shooting and then hiding behind walls. It's like, oh, you have to move around. The more you kill, the more health you get, the more armor, the more ammo, and all these type of things. I think it's just very refreshing to the gaming industry in general, and especially like just where there's just so much FPS shooters, so much just God.
so
I
much
think
So much
ass.
God.
So much ass.
But
Yeah, so much
all of
ass.
that, and it still fucking lost to Overwatch in the Game Awards.
Well, yeah.
Because Overwatch was a thing. I mean, honestly, no, I need to give that game credit. It was very different. A very different multiplayer game.
Yeah, but now it's ruined.
Now it's
But
you have
but back
Valorant.
So
to
now it's fan service.
yeah, but back to Dude. So
Dude.
to the Dude of Doom guy. So fine, I'll take the fact that Doom is saying go fuck yourself. If you care so much about it, make your own game. But we still need to determine that we still need to determine at least have some coherent ending to this because I've been recording for an hour, and we're probably gonna need like 10 more minutes. But
Yeah, because
we
we
we,
overlap.
we need to get to the thesis of this podcast at some point of Dude and its lore of this shift. Do you think it was, and now we have Wally, which is gameplay, and Julia, which is lore. Do you think even the lore as it is, which is dash and very well written, and it makes you feel, it really makes you feel like Doom God, IGN. But even just slapping lore in the safest way possible, which is just codexes, enough. Is that a commitment to story? In the next Doom game, which there will fucking thunder, which there will be.
Hmm.
Do you think they should focus more on story, and do you think they should make it the face of the game? And I want your take because you like lore, and I want Wally's take because he likes gameplay and still likes lore, but mostly gameplay.
Julie, do you want to go first or me?
Yes, I shall go first.
Okay.
I think just having a balance of both. I think like having the cutscenes are really nice. I like what they did, and I think they need to fill in those plot holes, especially like knowing the reason why I'm fighting a boss is way more interesting than just fighting a boss. I think like Doom Hunter base, you're fighting the Doom Hunters because it's like, oh, it's the champion of one of the Hell Priests, or the Gladiator, that's also another champion. And instead of just like, oh, here's demon, go fight it. I think it just makes me more intrigued and makes me want to play it even more. Makes me want to play it right now.
It makes me want to feel like Doom Guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
in fact, I'm gonna play after this. Fuck both of you.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna be Doom Guy in real life.
Don't.
You just go to hell with a shotgun. Thanks, God.
I found
Super
hell.
shotgun. Super shotgun.
Yeah.
All right. So Wally, what's your take?
They definitely seem to be very like they don't know what they're doing with the lore. I think, like it kind of makes sense, and I like that.
I mean, it sounds very epic.
It does, and you know, like even though I love the gameplay more, when I'm fighting a demon and I die, I'm like, no, this isn't what Doom Guy is supposed to do. He doesn't die. You need to stay alive. Be Doom Guy. That's like whenever I play the game. But I feel like before getting into lore, I would like just as what I want in the third Doom game in this modern era. I would before lore, I would like more boss fights, more content, more multiplayer content. I would still much rather have. I would rather have more ways of killing demons than knowing why I'm killing demons. Like
I agree with you with that part.
yeah.
But I do want to know the reason why I'm doing that.
It definitely is sick, but you know, like if if there's a co-op, you know, co-op mode, a multiplayer TDM mode, that would be nice as well to have.
Like it makes it like the game is much harder in co-op mode than it is in single player because you're two Doom guys.
Yeah.
So you're just like you have to work together to try to like kill all the demons. So like for example, there could be like 4 marauders instead of 2.
Yeah, but then they're not
two
going to do
marauders.
that. They're not going to do that because It doesn't fit the lore. There aren't two Doom guys. There is only one, and we can't do co-op mode. And it's like, just give me a random fucking soldier. I don't even need to be Doom guy. I just want to like
No.
kill demons with other people.
So it could be like I have an idea. Like one of you can be Doom guy. Like player 1 can be Doom guy, and then player 2 can be like someone like some
It can
marine
be guy.
Just
guy. It can just be guy.
That can be guy.
No, so the first guy is Doom, and the other person is Guy.
And then
No,
we are
So
gonna
Doom
have-
guy.
Doom guy and guy.
Is it how Doom guy enters? Hi, Doom guy. how you doing? And then the other guy is like, hi, that's my dad, Mr. Doom, Mr. Guy.
Mr. Ga-
I'm,
Mr.
I'm,
Mr. Doom.
I'm Doom.
He's like Victor Von Doom.
I'm Doom. He's Guy. Together we're Doom Guy.
That sounds.
Yeah.
So Diego, so you've heard a lot about this game in the past hour.
Yes.
As the only potential buyer among us, because I can't afford this shit, I just bought a fucking microphone.
Congrats.
What would you want in the game for you to buy it? Because you besides having a computer that can run it, what do you want in the game to attract you to it? Would it be story? Would it be gameplay? Would it be a mix? Does it not matter at all, and you're just gonna buy it because money?
Subway.
So what is it?
Subway.
That Subway?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The fast food joint.
What, Doom
Would
guy.
you buy the game or not? And if not, what will make you buy the game?
I mean, I'll probably buy it, but if I said no, I'd probably want like more emphasis on like story. I like story a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
see.
I mean, I like it. It doesn't have to have story, and I'd still like it. But if it has story, I'll like it even more.
And Doom Eternal does have somewhat of a story. And
Yeah.
coming from someone who is obsessed with story-based games, I do recommend it. On my end.
Even though it's
Yeah,
not
I
consistent.
mean, I'm
Yeah.
a Danganronpa guy, so like, yeah, I know what the story is.
Is
No, it's story,
Danganronpa
yeah.
like fast-paced? Because I heard of that
Visual
game.
novel.
Visual novel, okay.
It can be fast paced if you hit A fast enough.
Yeah. it could also be considered fast paced if you
Relay.
if you read slow.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Don't start with me with that.
Oh god, oh fuck. And for you, Luis, maybe not Doom Eternal, maybe not even Doom 2016, but there are actual good mods for old Doom games that are
Yeah.
very, very playable on. It can run on a potato, and even though I haven't,
Well, I have a good computer
Dude, the
now. It's
original
fine.
Doom
oh,
game
even
can run on
perfect, but like
anything.
I can play
you-
Doom at 100, probably 60. I don't know about 100. I
But
can
you
probably
did
play
say you
100
can't
at
afford
720.
this shit, so
Yeah. I mean-
you can
I
buy
mean,
a
afford the
$2
game.
game. So you
Wait
can
for
buy
it
a
to go on
It's like
sale.
It's still $40.
yeah, or you can buy a $2 game like Quake and download a free Doom mod, and experience
Yeah.
some Doom before playing Doom
But
Eternal.
I just bought the original Doom for 99 cents. It's fine.
Oh
You can play it for free.
yeah, and then you can download more mods, and
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a better modern Doom experience with the help of
What-
mods.
So Waleed, are you trying to say that you want Doom Guy for Smash?
Yes. Any fighting game, I would love Doom Guy to be. Okay, so visually speaking, he makes sense with Mortal Kombat because haha, blood,
Yeah, I was
war.
gonna say Mortal Kombat.
But in terms of gameplay, he makes more sense with Smash, I think, because of movement. How
Yeah,
he's
we talked about this.
we did with Tom, and yeah, Doom Guy for fighting games, please.
All right. So we'll end our beautiful guest appearance with one last comment, in which
And then I will
the
wrap up.
the world ended due to the thing that will not be named. I don't want to censor more stuff because I gotta go for an hour of recording at this point and just quack out any bad words. But
How is the virus
how-
a bad word?
don't say it. Don't even say the V word. So do you
Vagina.
don't? I need to edit that out too.
Really, I can't say
What's the
that.
difference?
Okay, go ahead.
So how has Doom basically helped through the quarantine? Because there's really nothing to do unless you're insane and you decide to do your thesis or like a research project or something else. It's just the world kind of stopped, and people have Animal Crossing and Doom, which are the two biggest games that came out. How have they helped you cope with? Ah, damn it!
Why are you like trying
Staying
to
in.
censor that? What's so bad about saying the name?
YouTube doesn't like. Ah, damn it! Yes,
How
Doesn't like virus.
they don't like
so
that word either.
imagine surviving
they-
that only to be censored.
how did Doom help you stay indoors?
Yes,
Stay sane.
yeah,
Yeah.
away from the thing.
It got me like into the world. Like when I play video games, I get really into it, and having a really big imagination, just vivid imagination, I can just imagine myself there and get so sucked into like a game sometimes. And this Doom Eternal definitely was one of those games. Like definitely it surprised even me. Like I never thought I would get into something like this. But I think it just made quarantine so much easier. Just not like it just made the days go by faster, and like I still remember when it was March. And now it's June.
What's March?
What?
What is March?
The month, the third month in the year.
What's a year?
Shut up, Luis.
The
Question, Julia.
The thing that lasts
Okay.
365.
Okay.
Julia, did you? So, was most of the time interacting with Doom? Was it just like gotta get into the lore, or were you like replaying the game?
I was replaying the game.
Okay, I wanted to
I
know
like-
like if I'm the only one who thinks the game is very very replayable or not.
It's pretty replayable, I think, especially for like gameplay aspect. Like I mean, the first run through, I was like, holy shit, there is a story. And I read through the codexes, I'm like, there's lore. And then the second time through, which I started a nightmare run through. God. I suck ass, but that's okay. Sorry, Luis.
Yeah.
But I think the second run through, or just replaying the levels, I mostly just focus on gameplay. Because I definitely like how fluid it is. I like how jumpy you are. I like how you can dash. I like just switching through all the weapons really quickly. I definitely love the gameplay, and I like the boss fights. I definitely wish there were more boss fights. But I do love just learning about just why things came to the way they are. And I wish there were more boss fights. And there's potential for more boss fights in potentially a new Doom game
Or even the DLC.
or the DLC, where you can fight the Dark Lord and the 6 other demons of hell.
Just give me more badass demons to kill. I'll be very
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Give me a gun
New guns
in
too.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single gun that's ever existed for Doom. I want a musket.
So
Musket.
Diego, so like in the game you have a weapon wheel, and there are like only 6, 7, 8 guns in there.
Almost
I
like
don't know
GTA.
how. Yeah, just like GTA exactly. So I don't know how they would fit every single gun.
Well, if you use
You
a
will have
keyboard, it wouldn't be a problem.
I use a
you can have
controller.
more. You can have more. It doesn't have to be limited to that just one wheel. You can have multiple wheels. Have a sub menu of menus to look through, and then you can go through the 1700s, the 1800s.
Well, yeah, but
The-
like pausing
the
the game,
zeros.
pausing the game isn't exactly because like I
The fun
know
part.
what you're because like in Skyrim or Fallout, you can literally just pause the entire game as combat is going on. And I don't really like that. I definitely like, something like Dark Souls where you literally cannot pause the game, or like a Monster Hunter, because they're both online and even offline. It's just like
you can pause Dark Souls, but
no, you
you
can't.
need to go through you need to go through 2 menus.
You can't like pause the game.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
Yeah.
I've never seen that done.
You literally have to go through 2 menus to pause the game. So
Oh, you have to.
and you need to be
okay.
offline.
That's probably why Julia thinks you can't pause it, because she didn't get to the second one.
So they made
Yeah.
it even harder for you to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know I could pause until my 7th run through.
Oh,
So
wow.
I get that.
7th run through. And
Game
you're
pauses a
criticizing you're criticizing Waleed for his
No,
run throughs.
It's not for the run
it's the amount
through.
of
It's for
platforms.
the 3 different systems.
Okay, so
Okay.
just to explain this, my friend gave me his PS4 copy of Doom, and then I'm like, okay, I got this sick ass game for free, so I'm gonna buy it again on Switch because I want to play this game on the TV or while I'm pooping, and then I bought a new gaming PC, and I'm just like, oh wait. My favorite game of all time. I need to experience this game on 144 FPS. So,
Wow, aren't you lucky to have that?
yes, very, very lucky. And I gave my PS4 away to a friend, and he's enjoying that now. And I still have my Doom on PC and Switch, either on 30 frames or on 144 frames, no in between.
Yeah, but
So-
I'm not knocking the multiple playthroughs.
Yeah.
I'm knocking the multiple consoles. Also, my first thought when I get a game for free is like, oh, I'm gonna buy it again. What?
Fair.
I got Doom 2016 actually when I got my PS4 like 3 years ago, but I never actually played it until like somewhat recently, like a couple months ago. And then I bought it on PC for like $6.
Yeah.
Doom?
Yes, I bought Doom on PC.
2016?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, Doom Eternal for $6. You are a pirate.
No. Yes, I'm a pirate. I'm a
Yo,
hacker.
ho,
I'm a hacker.
Well, is there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah. Well, we wrap up the Lacastapods episode 3.
Le Poggers.
3 Lacastapods episode 3.
Alright,
Is there anything that you guys would like to say to wrap it up before we leave?
Doom is good.
Yes.
Doom-
All right, Lee
Doom's
says that.
good.
Wally says it. All right, Julie says that. All right.
You
That's
two
all
roll.
we have to say. Then thank you so much for joining us.
I gotta
Okay,
say the cue to roll the music so that I know when to put it.
Okay.
Okay, roll the music.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Castapods. We hope to have you guys join us again for our next episode. And as always, have a good and safe day.
Thank you, Julia.
Hey.
Yay! Thank you, Julia.
Glad to be here.
Alright,
Thank you very much.
see ya, guys.